Scene 1, Apple, take 1. Scene 1, Apple, take 2.
Morning, folks. Morning. I'm Black Dragon. Welcome to another edition of Black Dragon Biker News Network. This morning, we're going to talk about a few things, few stories. There is a release from the, oh my goodness, United States Attorney's Office, Western District of Missouri. They've got 3 members of the Pagan's Motorcycle Club Nation that have pleaded guilty for armed assaults against rivals. And so we're going to see what that's all about. And a lot of times that's patch policing and stuff like that. But it's going to be very costly in this incident. So we'll talk about that this morning. Also, did you know that this is the 10-year anniversary for the Twin Peaks shooting at Waco in Waco, Texas? 9 people dead, 20 injured, no convictions. This was when I first was coming on to the biker set. Hollywood had been doing this story for over a year when I came on to this motorcycle club protocol thing. My channel started in 2016, and it is now 2025. My channel started in 2016, so this has been going on for about a year when I came on. And so we're going to talk about that and look over it. It's crazy. 9 dead, 20 injured, some crazy number of people arrested, and for some reason, no convictions. It was a crazy thing. Also, the police have made a chilling warning to anyone contemplating, even thinking about joining an outlaw motorcycle gang after a senior Comanchero bikie was killed from the Comanchero Motorcycle Club, 1%ers. It is an interesting story to hear when they talk about this chilling warning that they've given. That, and we may have some time for a few other stories in the news. I'm looking here. So all of that. Oh, yeah. There's a pro-Putin biker club, Night Wolves, showed up in France. We might get a chance to talk about that. And there's a few other stories we may get this morning, but those are the main ones. We will be on those stories in a minute and 7 seconds right after our brief introduction. So thank you guys for staying with us. We will be back on, myself and my co-hosts, in a minute and 7 seconds. So, man, the Pagans plead guilty to violent gang assaults against rival members. Lead in story. Back in
Black Dragon Biker News. It's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe to get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. A lot of phonies popped up when this YouTube Biker News craze came about, but the man on this channel is the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name's Black Dragon. Started the Navy and hit the sea, repping Uncle Sam. They traded that uniform for the best from the Mighty Black Sabbath. Not the band, I'm talking about the Mighty Black Sabbath. MC. We're paid his dues and the armed stripes. Prospect all the way up to national peace. All the copycat creators and the content stealers and haters, there have been many, but there's only one larger than life. Like Michael with the cowboy hat that knows kung fu and says kick Kenny. Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol.
Alrighty then. I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can use. Biker news with the biker's point of view, not from Wyoming particularly, but if Wyoming is what we're showing, Wyoming.
You get one. You get one of those when you get on your bike and you ride to Wyoming.
Oh, it's,
I collect mugs.
Or I could just order one from.
No. You got to ride to get it.
Hey,
what's going on, Black Dragon?
We'd like to thank you guys for tuning in. We have our own. We're the only motorcycle club protocol and biker news channel with our own doctor. We got our own doctor in the house, Dr. Logic. Man, that is so cool, man. We have our own doctor in the house, Dr. Logic, man. Thank you for tuning in, Reverend. We really appreciate you, man.
It's an honor. It's an honor. It's an honor.
Man, what was it like when you got that doctorate degree, when you walked across the stage?
I cried.
Did you have your chest? You cried?
I cried.
Oh.
My daughter told me, she says, I got it when I was 55. She says, Daddy, she says, do you know you made a promise to all of us that you will have a doctorate degree by the time you turn 55? I said, you know what? You remember that? She said, yep.
Oh, man. Oh, man. So you broke down and cried?
I cried, yeah, because and then listening to what the dean of schools was saying about me and everything, and telling people y'all need to link up with this brother out there in the streets of Dallas. It was overwhelming.
And you got your degree in humanities. I
work with people.
Wow, man. And you just be giving back and things and everything. I appreciate
I'll just let y'all know. Did I hit something?
You hit something?
Okay. The camera went off. I'm like, what happened? Like we just put on our calendar and confirmed it that our annual Meet the Need Thanksgiving event will be again this year. We're going to be looking for our volunteers. Last year, I just wanted the churches to come together. This year, I'm opening it back up to because a lot of the motorcycle clubs and social clubs come and help us out. We go out every first and third Saturday throughout Dallas to go serve the homeless, and then at Thanksgiving we serve about 500 meals.
That's nice, man. That's 500 meals. That's
now watch this. Man. Full Thanksgiving meal.
Full Thanksgiving meals.
Full Thanksgiving meals.
With turkey dressing, the purple stuff. What's that called? And the purple jelly-like stuff.
Oh, the cranberry sauce.
Cranberry sauce.
Purple stuff. We have the dressing. We have the greens. We have the giblet gravy. We have the rolls. We have
giblet.
Giblet. I call it giblets. If it's giblets, and then I've been saying it wrong forever.
I can't remember if it's giblet or giblet. Giblet gravy.
Oh, my homeboy is on Reginald. I call him Reg from the Q.
This right here is cracking me up. Black Dragon doesn't sound like a very politically correct name. Might want to change it to Dragon of Color to not get it.
Dragon of Color.
Dragon of Color Biker News Network. I might change that. I might. Hey.
Oh boy! Don't give him no ideas. Don't give him no ideas.
Dragon of Color. I kind of like that. Hey, what's up, Chucky, out there in South Africa, man? It's good to see you, bro. I'm going out there to ride with those guys.
Go back up. That guy right there. That's my best friend from ever. Me and him been knowing each other since we was 8 years old. Over 50 some odd years of friendship.
Oh, welcome, man. Reginald Lamont Neal Sr. Welcome to he had to put his whole name. That's another Lavish T. Williams.
That's another Lavish T. Williams.
Reginald Lamont Neal Sr., damn it. Don't get it twisted. I like that. That's all right. Hey, man, so we got some very interesting things happening in the news. I wanted to, okay, so when you get the Western District of Missouri United States Attorney's Office putting out this big old thing on you, man. That's really scary. They mean business. They got him on all these RICO-like charges here. So this is the news story here that we find at KTTN, KGOZ. And here's an interesting thing, how they have my book up here. And they have some, this is another book that's up here. It's interesting how they have these biker books on the biker story. Isn't that interesting? But anyway, this is the news story. But we're going to go over to the United States Attorney's Office press release. Their press release about this, as it's straight from the horse's mouth. It came out 3 days ago. Kansas City, Missouri. It came from 3 members of the Pagan's motorcycle club pleaded guilty this week. Is it pleaded guilty or pled guilty? I don't know if I like pleaded. But they pleaded guilty this week before U.S. District Judge Greg Case. Before U.S. District Judge Greg Case. And I was thinking there would be an apostrophe S there, but I guess the judge's last name is actually Case. So they pleaded before Judge Case for their involvement in a series of armed assaults against members of rival motorcycle clubs. Now, Christopher W. McGowan, also known as Mac, just 41 years old, of Platte City, Missouri, pleaded guilty on May 13th, 2025, to 2 counts of assault with a dangerous weapon in aid of racketeering. And that right there is the thing.
That's got to get him right there.
The in aid of racketeering. Them 4 words right there. Is that 4 words? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. In aid of racketeering. That's the nasty piece that adds the 5 or 10 years. 1 count of attempting to commit assault with a dangerous weapon. Here they put it again. In aid of racketeering. And 1 count of discharging a firearm during and in relation to a crime of violence. So 2 of those aid of racketeering charges and a firearms retaliation crime violence. Then Brandon S. Hodge, also known as Youngblood, because he's only 26 years old, just a baby, as far as we are concerned. When you get my age, 26 years old, he's got a whole 40 of years of living to get up here to my age, and it may be behind bars. He's of Springfield, Missouri. He pleaded guilty on May 14, 25 to 1 count of assault with a dangerous weapon. Here we go. Those words.
Racketeering.
Yeah.
I thought racketeering was only used for like organized crime, mafia style.
That's what it was designed for. That was the lie they told us to get them to approve it, Rudy Giuliani and them, to go after the mob. That's what they said they were going to use it for. But now, even Sean Puffy Combs is now being charged with in aid of racketeering for running hose. You can't even run hose anymore without.
That's trafficking.
Trafficking in aid of racketeering. Running hose in aid of racketeering. He ain't even running hose. He just getting his freak on. Freak offs in aid of racketeering, bro.
Oh boy.
Man, preacher, I'm afraid I better not make no money. Why?
Just don't have none of those private parties.
I'm a biker, not a choir boy. I've already had them. When the Me Too generation comes out, they're gonna be knocking my door the hell down.
Oh my gosh!
I hope I don't.
Then we could be doing the show about you.
I'm gonna be like, I ran them hoes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm sorry, preacher. I'm sorry. I'm seeking counseling. I'm sorry. Arthur L. Reynolds III, also known as Straight Edge. These guys got some cool names. Youngblood, Straight Edge, Mac. Straight Edge of Independence, Missouri, pleaded guilty on May 15, 2025 to 1 count of assault with a dangerous weapon in aid of
racketeering.
Yeah, 1 account of discharging a firearm during and in relation to a crime of violence, and 1 count of felon in possession of a firearm. Woo!
Okay, I got a question, dude. What is racketeering? Is it just stealing something? Is it?
No.
I mean,
Let's okay.
because they're counting, as they said, one count of assault with a weapon in aid of racketeering. So what is racketeering?
Racketeering. What does an aid of racketeering mean? Looks like somebody else looked that up. Our AI answer is an aid of racketeering means committing a violent crime or attempting to support a racketeering enterprise. This typically involves violence to advance the interests of the group engaged in the pattern of illegal activity, murder or kidnapping to eliminate witnesses or control businesses, assault with a dangerous weapon to intimidate competitors. And the charge here is that they were going after rival motorcycle clubs. So here, that the number 2 here, assault with a dangerous weapon to intimidate competitors, and their charge is up here, guilty for armed assaults against rivals. So this part right here would be what it seems like that would be particularly against them. Also, threats to coerce individuals into providing information or cooperating with the racketeering enterprise. It's 18 U.S. Code 1959. The federal law specifically addresses violent crimes in aid of racketeering activity. Now, racketeering, as you ask, what is that? Is a pattern of illegal activity for profit, often involving organized crime. The RICO Act is the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. So if your organization is racketeering influence, and racketeering is a pattern of illegal activity for profit. So if your organization deals with illegal activity for profit and is involved in organized crime, then it falls under this Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act that was created to go after the mafia. A federal law that allows the government now to prosecute individuals and organizations involved in racketeering, including those who commit violent crimes in aid of it, and also those people who are in charge of it, like the national president and things like that, which we saw happen in the trial against the Ugly Man Cossacks here recently. In essence, in aid of racketeering implies that a violent crime is committed to benefit or advance a racketeering enterprise. So what they are saying is that what they did specifically was to advance the Pagan's Motorcycle Club, which the government is calling a racketeering enterprise.
Now, my follow-up question to that, and years ago, we saw that the whole trial they was doing to the Mongols.
Mm-hmm.
Now, wouldn't they not? Now, I'm not a lawyer. Wouldn't they not have to first convict the Pagan's Motorcycle Club as a racketeering enterprise before they charge somebody else with aiding a racketeering enterprise?
I don't know.
I mean, if you can't prove that my main club or chapter is a racketeering enterprise, how can you charge me? I'm not a lawyer. I just have questions.
I don't know. We probably should call the Mongols' lawyer and ask him.
Well, I don't have his number. I don't think it's on my Rolodex.
I do. I know his number, and maybe we can just call him up and ask him. Maybe
because that's interesting.
Yeah. Arthur L. Reynolds III. Okay, he was for possession of firearms and all that. And on May 30th, 2022, McGowan and other members of the Pagans and their support club. So this was a bunch of folks, members of the Pagans and their support club, assaulted a lone rival gang member at a business in Grain Valley, Missouri. Oh, I've been there, Grain Valley, Missouri. As a matter of fact, this is where they hold the roundup. I think started in Grain Valley, Missouri.
Did it?
I think that was where they had the first one. They've had like a few there. In addition to fists, so they were fighting. In addition to fists, one pagan used an axe handle during the assault. That's the famous pagan weapon. They some people have flashlights, others have hammers. the Pagans have these axe handles, which I use pretty well myself. I practice with it, but yeah, they causing physical injury to the victim. On September 3rd, 2022, McGowan and other members of the Pagans and their support club, again, the Pagans and some members of the support club, assaulted a lone rival gang member at a business in Green Valley. Oh, wait, I read that one. Okay, on September 3rd, 2022, McGowan and other members of the Pagans and their support club traveled to Topeka, Kansas to carry out a revenge attack against another rival motorcycle gang.
Cross state lines. Cross state lines.
Yeah. The plan was to catch a stray and smash on sight. So the plan was to catch anybody they saw in the colors of a rival member of another motorcycle club. And gosh, this guy could be a chaplain, or he could be,
they see,
right? A member or somebody that had absolutely nothing to do with the guys that you were actually pissed off at. He's just in the same colors. You're going to catch him out rolling by himself and beat the hell out of him.
Beat him down.
Their plan was to catch a stray and smash on sight any rival member they saw. The Pagans were aware that the rival motorcycle gang was having an event in Topeka that day, so they were just waiting to catch one at a gas station or something. And the plan was to use either an axe handle or a gun on one of the rival gang members. Either beat the hell out of him or shoot him. After arriving in Topeka, a rival member was spotted in a hotel parking lot. Damn! Let's go get that one.
By his lonesome.
Yeah, just that one right there. And, that could be you. Just chilling, walking out to your motorcycle.
Ready to go to your event.
Ready to go to your event. You ain't done nothing to nobody. You ain't said nothing ugly to a Pagan member or nothing. You might even be like, "Hey guys, what's up? How are you?"
Look here, your vest and your patches still got the new smell on it.
Yeah, you just got it yesterday. And here you are surrounded by these guys with these axe handles and guns. Like, excuse me, did I miss something here?
What did I do?
No disrespect.
Right.
Honor and respect. Can I help y'all? Take all my money. Don't hit me with these damn axe handles. I ain't done nothing. But luckily for that guy, as a member of the Pagans prepared to shoot the poor bastard, a disagreement occurred among the members. Like maybe who gets to shoot first?
No, I just want to beat him. I don't want to shoot him.
I didn't want to kill. I just wanted to beat the shit out. I don't know, Reverend. I don't know.
Oh my gosh!
In any event, the group returned to the Kansas City area, and thank God nobody was
But
injured.
look, I think I saw a cartoon or something like that. They was going to jump on somebody, and the two people that was going to jump on the guy got into an argument. The guy looked at them and ran off. He's like, "Well, I'll let y'all finish
I'll let
that.
y'all do it right now." While I crawl off. Well, maybe that's what happened.
Right.
Luckily, luckily for that poor bastard, luckily he obviously escaped injury. On September 17, 2022, McGowan, Hodge, Reynolds, and other members of the Pagans and their support club chased and forced a lone rival member. So about 2 weeks later, they actually did catch someone, a lone rival gang member from
Forced him off the road.
The road in Blue Springs, Missouri, forced him off the road. Various members of the Pagans and their support club were armed with firearms and at least one axe handle. McGowan, Hodge, Reynolds, and others confronted the victim on the side of the roadway, and ultimately, Jesus Christ, the victim was shot 7 times with wounds to his knees, thigh, forearms, biceps, buttocks, and back of his leg.
They wasn't trying to kill him.
No, they weren't trying to kill him, just hurt the hell out of the poor dude.
Because I mean, all those gunshots, and you didn't hit no vital spots.
No, just the knee. Ow! The knee.
Yeah. He got a limp for life. He got a limp for life.
The thigh.
Can't sit down. Got shot in the butt.
Yeah, the forearm, the bicep. Damn, they shot him in the forearm and the bicep. Sound like they were trying to get some information out of him or something. Hey, where's it
butt
at?
and the back of
Pow!
his leg.
Where's it out, pal? The back of his leg, his butt. They weren't being nice, that's for sure. But at least they left him alive. I'd be thankful. Like I'd be like when they were walking away. Thank you, thank you, thank you for not killing me. Is how I would be. I'm just letting you know. So anyway, they didn't kill the guy. Following these events, McGowan, Hodge, Reynolds, and others present at the various assaults were awarded patches for their participation.
Oh, they were going. Look here, they wasn't going for mileage patch.
No, that wasn't the 1K in the day patch. Oh, could have been. Only their 1K in the day means something else. Everybody, you went 1,000 miles in a day.
I done hit 1,000 people in one day.
It means something. We can't tell you exactly what it means. It means something. Anyway, under on May 11th, so they got their patch, whatever their patch is for that.
Right.
And I don't know their patches well enough to know. And you know something? It's against MC protocol to ask. You're not supposed to be sitting in the bar. Yeah. You're not supposed to point at somebody. What does that patch mean? Especially a 1%er. You just look at the patches, you understand.
Okay, so the patches don't tell. There's not like what I learned. And my boy Reg that's on here taught me a lot of this when I first got in to biking, that your patches tell a story and they represent who you are, but not in the 1% world.
Yeah, they tell a story and represent who you are. And it's kind of like graffiti. Not everybody will understand what the graffiti is saying. And not everybody, it's not for everybody.
Okay.
So, you don't walk up to Hell's Lover and say, what's that 0% patch mean? You need to have a relationship with people before you ask.
And some patches are self-explanatory. If you got cross country, that's cross country.
Yeah, there's some
the
1K in a day patch,
Yeah.
But there are other patches. Biker News Canada. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while, Biker News Canada. It's good to see you. He says that's awesome, like a Club Scout patch. Definitely not for helping an old lady cross the street, but it could definitely be called a Club Scout patch. You would never know. When you start asking questions, they assume you're a cop or a fed. It tells a story, but only to the ones who know. There you go, hardwired 1%er. It tells a story, but the story is only for those who know what the story is for. So no, it's against MC protocol to be walking up, touching people's patches and stuff.
Oh, no.
What's that for? It's a good way to get your finger broken.
Right. I know better than that.
But I've been like, oh man, I want to ask so bad. And I've made the mistake of asking sometimes. Sometimes people, oh yeah, that's this patch. And other times it's none of your effing business. And when they do that, just understand and walk on. With when you say you got to get to know the people. I know when I was around one of our OMCs, got a real good relationship with one of the brothers. And he saw me one time, where you been? And he hugged me. And I grabbed him on the shoulder. He said, Logic, if you don't hug me, I'm not touching your backpack. Hug me, nigga, hug me. So when I hugged him, he said, all right. And he punched me in my shoulder. And then I walked away. Then he said, oh, Logic, come back. He said, don't do that to another one of my brothers. Yeah.
He said, you can't do that to everybody.
Hardwire says almost all clubs have a version of those patches, and they all do. Okay, so following these events, they were awarded their patches on May 11, 2023. Law enforcement executed a search warrant for Reynolds' residence in Independence, Missouri. Inside, officers located 7 firearms, various calibers of ammunition, body armor, and a Pagan's motorcycle gang-related items. We say motorcycle club on the show, including support shirts, patches, and paperwork for the Pagans. This is the only part that I always disagree with them taking. Like, motorcycle club patches don't commit crimes. So why do you need patches, support shirts, and colors? Like, it's our right to have those kinds of things. But they also discovered paperwork for the Pagans, and they took all that. On January 24th, 2005, Reynolds then pleaded guilty to felony aggravated robbery in the District Court of Johnson County, Kansas, for which he later was sentenced to 61 months. Now, I want to point out.
I thought that said years at first, but
61 months.
That's
a light sentence when
Yeah.
you compare it to what everybody else is facing.
Mhm.
Now, I want to point out something here. How do the cops know all of this? How do they know?
They got to snitch.
Well, I don't want to say that, but
I'm sorry, I didn't say that.
they know a lot. They know, like, okay, on May 13th, you guys went here, then you guys went here and had an argument about
They're
who was
watching you.
there. And I don't know if they're watching all that. Somebody told something. This is a whole hell of a lot to know. I'm thinking this guy got 61 months in custody. Under federal statutes, the other guys, McGowan and Reynolds, the other two, are subject to be sentenced to up to life in federal prison without parole. Right there. Damn, bro. Life in federal prison without parole. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
That is
you don't even have to say without parole. Anytime you get life in federal prison, that's enough said. Enough said. You're not getting out.
Hodge is subject to a sentence of 20 years in prison without parole. The maximum statutory sentence is prescribed by Congress and is provided here for informational purposes only. We're not saying they're going to get that, is what this is saying, but
his base is up to.
It's the sentencing of the defendant will be determined by a court based on the advisory sentencing guidelines and other statutory factors. A sentencing hearing will be scheduled after the completion of the pre-sentence investigation by the United States Probation Office. This case is being prosecuted by U.S. Attorney Bradley K. Kavanaugh and Robert Smith, these two U.S. attorneys. It was investigated by the FBI, the Independence, Missouri Police Department, the Blue Springs, Missouri Police Department, Homeland Security, and the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, to name a few.
They've been watching.
And the Organized Crime and Drug Enforcement Task Force. This case is part of the Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force, known as the OCDETF, in case you didn't have enough acronyms. The OCDETF identifies, disrupts, and dismantles the highest level criminal organizations that threaten the United States of America using a prosecutor-led, intelligence-driven, multi-agency approach. So on this one, it's prosecutor-led rather than police-led, so that the prosecutor is leading the actual thing from the very beginning. Like they're already putting together to put your ass away from the very beginning. Like a lot of times they do this and the prosecutor comes back and kicks it out. You don't have enough this, you don't have enough that. If the prosecutor is leading it, when they make those arrests and stuff, they be solid in things. They be solid.
I had my federal lawyer. He said, what a lot of people don't understand the difference between you getting sued and the government going after you. And he showed me one of those forms. He said, see right here, it says this person versus the United States of America. He said, that's different. It's not you versus this individual, you versus this company. It's you versus the country.
The unlimited resources of the federal government.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they got like a 99%. Like they got to just be completely wrong and screwed up to miss. That's why people take those pleas. And that's why people be talking. Like, I'm facing never seeing light again, day again. Maybe I got a little something to talk about. Yeah. So anyway, briefly breaking for just a minute, I want you guys to consider getting my book, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101 at blackdragonsgear.com, blackdragonsgear.com. Learn the social construct, man, and the motorcycle clubs, life, rules, traditions, history, politics, and modus operandi of motorcycle clubs. #1 best-selling book already, and I appreciate everybody who supports it. Motorcycle Club Protocol 101. Hey, moving on to our next story. Did you know that this is the 10-year anniversary for the Twin Peaks shooting in Waco, Texas? and I don't know how much remember. Let's see what this video is going to tell us about it. Hopefully we don't have a commercial. Let's see what happens.
Commercial.
Oh, commercial. Of course we have a commercial.
Of course we have a commercial.
Okay, so get a new Silverado. Oh, and I hit the button that took it away from me. Look at that.
You are eyes too.
Oh man, what happened? It took the whole thing away. Okay, let's go over here. And I took the whole thing away. Let's go to history and see if we can't get it back.
Yeah, it's Lavish. It's Lavish backstage.
I don't see him, no.
Because he just texts, what up, what up, what up. Come on. Get on, Lavish.
History. They took it away. Okay, here it is. 10 years. Okay. Here we go. Let's try it again. But you see how they just took that whole thing away?
Commercial.
Really weird.
The same commercial.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to press any buttons now.
Oh, okay. He's still sitting in the office. Oh, okay.
Okay, here we go.
In a shocking decision, McLennan County District Attorney Barry Johnson has announced he is dropping charges in all 24 of the remaining Twin Peaks cases. The 2015 shooting, of course, leaving 9 people dead, multiple ones injured, when gunfire erupted between rival biker clubs outside the Twin Peaks in Waco. Channel 6's Jasmine Caldwell spoke to Johnson today. She's live in Waco with more on why he came to this decision and also what former District Attorney Abel Reyna has to say about it. Hey, Jasmine.
Well, Leslie, 177 people were arrested that day, and McLennan County will not see one conviction. Barry Johnson said this decision was not easy for him. He said he spent the majority of his 4 months in office looking over those cases and determined the state could not get a conviction on any of them. He says the state could not go forward with charges such as aggravated assault, attempted murder, or a felon with a deadly weapon because the statute of limitations had expired on those charges. Johnson says the state was left only with the option to prosecute on a riot charge, which is a Class B misdemeanor. Now, he also pointed to a gray area in the law that could put those riot cases in a situation where they would be on appeal for years to come. Johnson places the blame on what he calls the mismanaging of the Twin Peaks cases under the direction of former DA Abel Reyna. I also reached out to former Twin Peaks defensive attorney Paul Looney, who agrees with Johnson.
Given the long nature of this situation since 2015, that difficult day, May the 17th, 2015, I felt that it was time for me to make the decision to put this part of our dark history here in Waco, Texas to rest. So I made that decision.
Oh, your district attorney didn't have any choice. These cases were ruined more than a year ago. They were destroyed by the previous prosecutors. The cases were gutted from within.
We reached out to former district attorney Abel Reyna, who says in a statement, I absolutely disagree with the overall result, as well as several statements and accusations within Mr. Johnson's press release. He also says it's solely Barry Johnson's decision on how to proceed in any case in the district attorney's office. Reporting live in Waco, Jasmine Caldwell, Channel 6 News.
John Ringler Chevrolet Summer Sales Drive is heating up.
Okay, give me the screen back. All right. So somebody said what's the call-in number? 404-692-0336 if you want the call-in number. So May 17 marks 10 years since the deadly Waco Twin Peaks shootout, where biker gang violence left 9 dead, 20 injured, and no convictions. This is really kind of shitty. Biker gang violence left 9 dead. We don't know who killed the 9 people, and we never will know. Was it biker gang violence or police sitting in perched positions on towers, rooftops? Thank you. That killed them. It didn't have to be biker gang violence at all, but this is not the biker perspective. This is the local news channel's perspective. But anyway, They said biker gang violence left 20 injured, 9 dead, and no convictions. Biker gang violence did not leave no convictions. We heard that it was District Attorney Reyna that left no convictions. But May 17 marks the 10th anniversary, the 10th anniversary of the Waco's Twin Peaks restaurant shootout. I think that restaurant got shut down or something, which began with a dispute between rival motorcycle organizations and escalated into a firefight that included law enforcement and resulted in the deaths of 9 bikers. A firefight that included 9 police officers. We don't know. And will we ever know? Was it a firefight that included 9 police officers or a firefight that was exacerbated by law enforcement? Did it include law enforcement or was it exacerbated, started and carried out by law enforcement? Who knows? There was never a trial. It resulted, however, in the deaths of 9 bikers. Well, there was one trial. It became the latest major violent event in Central Texas' long history of national headlines, which included the 2009 and 2014 Fort Hood shootings, which didn't have anything to do with bikers. That was the Fort Hood shooting. The infamous Branch Davidian raid, which had nothing to do with bikers. Or biker gang violence in 1993, and 1991's Luby's massacre in Killeen, which had nothing to
do with bikers.
But let's lump that.
Let's put it all together, though.
The shooting on Sunday, May 17, 2015, nearly 200 bikers converged at the Twin Peaks restaurant, which was located at the Central Texas Marketplace in Waco. So they said which was located. I think I do remember that the poor folks lost their business. Members of the Cossacks Motorcycle Club had already arrived at the restaurant when the rival banditos showed up. And this was, remember, this had a lot to do with what patches people were going to wear. Did they say Texas or not and all this? And could we come into the city and all this kind of stuff? Local law enforcement had been tipped that a confrontation was brewing and had arrived at the restaurant before the shooting began. In fact, had set up snipers all around the thing and all that stuff. 16 uniformed officers were at the restaurant when the gunfire erupted. Those officers included 5 supervisors and SWAT officers. Wow. There is a debate over the exact reasons the gunfire began, but when it ended, 9 people were dead and approximately 20 were wounded. At least 475 weapons were recovered from the scene. People were throwing weapons in the toilet. You know what I mean? Including guns, brass knuckles, knives, and clubs. More than 130 motorcycles and 91 vehicles were impounded after the shooting. I wonder if they took care of those motorcycles or were they just like out in the sun somewhere? And by the time you got them back, they weren't even worth riding anymore. I mean, who knows? Those who died, Cossacks, there were, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there was Daniel Raymond Boyett, age 44, Wayne Lee Campbell, age 43, Richard Matthew Jordan II, age 31, Richard Vincent Krishner Jr., age 47, Jacob Lee Ryan, age 39, Charles Wayne Russell, age 46. The Banditos lost one member, Manuel Isaac Rodriguez, 40 years old. And it appears that I did not realize, this is my first time even hearing this, that the Scimitars lost a man, Matthew Mark Smith, age 27. This is my first time even knowing that that other people other than the Banditos and the Cossacks lost lives. This is very interesting. Unaffiliated was Jesus Delgado Rodriguez, age 65. He wasn't affiliated with anybody. Maybe he was just caught in the crossfire. Poor older guy gone. The mistrial, since the shooting, only one person has been tried in court. So like I said, there was one trial. That biker's name, Dallas Bandito Jake Carrizal, had been charged with engaging in organized criminal activity with an underlying offense of murder. Who did he murder? Engaging in organized criminal activity with an underlying offense of aggravated assault. Who did he assault? And a charge of directing the activities of a criminal street gang. But after nearly 16 hours of deliberations, jurors said they were deadlocked, and the judge declared a mistrial. One of the jurors said they had been leaning toward a not guilty verdict on all 3 charges. More than 150 bikers were originally indicted. She said 177. So that's more than 150, exactly 177. But following the mistrial of Carvajal, all the charges were dropped against every single biker. All the charges were dropped. So now the former Twin Peaks restaurant building has been vacant for years. Wow. Vacant for years. They lost their business, and all of that occurred. Nobody was arrested. The district attorney lost his job. He was replaced by a new district attorney. And what sucks, what has to suck big time, is when a new district attorney comes in, drops all the charges, and says that nothing that you did was anything but mismanagement. Hellfire Steve Hill, who is from that area, said most were killed with a .223 caliber pistol. Wonder who was shooting rifles. Probably the folks sitting on the.
What's the latest you can get it there?
Probably the folks that were shooting rifles were probably the folks that were in the sniper positions. Kitty said, I've just watched Insane Throttle's premiere on this one. Yeah, now, Insane Throttle was all over this. This was how he really became well-known in the biker news world. You have a breakdown or an accident in your pack. I'm not sure what we're talking about there. I found out the hard way. Make sure you know your camper. Okay, you guys are talking about other stuff. So anyway, if you'll remember, this thing that happened 10 years ago was the beginning of the breakdown of the Cossacks. This is what made the Cossacks break into the Ugly Man Cossacks and the Cossacks 1%ers. And I got that from sources within the club. It was because of the what some of the guys thought was the mishandling of the situation. Many of those guys wanted revenge against the Banditos, and they didn't feel that it was being handled properly by the club. So this is what led all of this testosterone, whatever you want to call it, led to the breakup of the Cossacks into the Ugly Man Cossacks and the 1%er Cossacks, which then led to the Ugly Man Cossacks putting a smash on sight on the guys that had formerly been their brothers that were now 1%er Cossacks, which led to the killing of one of the 1%er Cossacks, which led to the national president and his national sergeant at arms and others being charged. Some of those members went to prison for life for that killing. And the national president, if you'll remember, we covered this extensively last year. The national president was found, he had a hung jury or a mistrial. I can't remember which one. I think it was a hung jury at the end of the year in December. And they, right after the Christmas break, they brought his ass right back in and retried him again. And he was found guilty of, conducting a street gang and all that kind of stuff. He was found guilty of all that. And he was eventually in January found guilty and sentenced, and is now trying to get a new lawyer because he felt like he was not represented well. And myself and Lavish said at the time, dang, his lawyer ain't looking good. We said that from here. So maybe he heard us and he was trying to get his lawyer on. They were tipped off it was going down. They did nothing, but then were ready with SWAT team, snipers, etc. Says Kitty. They were tipped off. They knew it was going down. They instead of showing up with a large police presence, maybe they just hid out and waited for the stuff to happen. Who knows?
Well, I know we see all the reports, and we know the reports that came across the news and the police reports. But when you hear from the streets and everything, and I'm only going to mention one thing. They said they knew they were going to be there because they was going for a meeting, not going there to fight. Don't know what the meeting was about, but they knew they was going there because they were supposed to be going for a meeting. Oh, whatever sort.
If I remember right, it was a meeting of the COC.
Okay.
And the
But they wasn't going there to, okay, we're gonna meet up here and we're just gonna shoot it out. That wasn't the
but
premise.
the Cossack did crash it, if I remember right. They weren't really supposed to be there.
Oh, okay.
And they crashed it. We see this happen a lot at COC meetings and stuff like that. You'll see, I've seen it happen several times where one of the 1% clubs will come crash it to make their presence known. Everybody's always looking at them like, oh, okay, all right, here we go. We didn't need this at our 99%er meeting. Thank you. But it was unprecedented that a 99% club would crash it. Like, what message are you guys sending? So
they send the message, we don't fuck around either.
Yeah, that was the message they sent.
We still holding our own down, man.
And seven of their brothers lost their lives. They lost the most people on that. When you get as old as I am, you don't know how many nerve-wracking close calls you're gonna get before blood pressure and shit gonna take you out. Yeah, I feel that too. Reginald Lamont Neal Senior. We got somebody with a much longer name than yours that uses his. He's on the phone. We'll pick on him in a minute. Law enforcement says that's who shooting 22 threes. Law enforcement says that's
who's shooting the 223s. Is law enforcement.
The 223s.
Yeah, he's never mind.
Yeah, go ahead, put his business out.
Well, no, he has his own security business, so he knows guns.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he has his own security business.
223 or 556. Yeah, he sounds like he knows.
What he's doing. My boy did.
223, 556.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, what is this, Darren C4?
Black Dragon.
Peace out. This
show.
Trying to pooch your subs. He doesn't even ride a bike. I'm always a gentleman, but this POS talked about my child.
Who's chatting with Stacks?
Chatting with Stacks is a channel like ours. He does. He's new at this. Did he talk about your child? That's
not good.
What did he say about your child? Oh my goodness. I hope he didn't talk about your child. That's horrible. I'll never be strayed from BD. Been here almost 9 years. Thank you, Kitty, man. Don't be
That's
strayed,
Kitty.
BD. Don't be strayed.
Charlotte says we've got deals and keep you away. How about a new Ford or HRV for only $259 a month? Or a new Ridgeline only $379.
Oh, they took over my.
As low as 1.99.
What the hell?
Selection's best.
They just took over our channel. They do that. Okay.
Who's that? Oh,
when you stay too long on a particular page or something, you're reading a story, they just throw every 30 seconds or something. It was COC, wasn't it? I think it was the COC. Cossacks were not invited. See, Stephen Hill knows.
Yeah, I saw that.
Stephen Hill knows. See, between our people, they know everything. Cops were found. They set it up for the meeting to go bad, telling false statements to each club. That could be true, man. Don't know.
We'll never know the whole truth because they dropped everything.
Don't know the context of your beef, Darren, but I'm friends with Bill. That's chatting with Stacks. Talk to him and sort it out. Yeah, talk to him and sort it out. Maybe you guys can come to a peaceful agreement. I hope he didn't talk about your child. Children are supposed to be off limits. But yeah, that hurts. Moto Gato, this past Saturday, Wilson Biker Gear had a bike night. The Banditos, Cossacks, Vagos, and other MCs all attended peacefully with 0 incidents. That's the Cossacks now. The Ugly Man Cossacks is a completely different organization than before. I've talked to so many of them, and they are much different than they were when all of that was going down. And perhaps the 1%ers Cossacks are too. I remember the footage on that on the internet. Lots of headshots, gruesome. Really? Jeez. Moto, it's good to hear you, bro. The press won't cover that. Tommy says Stack seems like a good guy. But we all screw up. We all make mistakes. We all say stuff we shouldn't have in this business, and you're gonna pick up some you're going to pick up some enemies in this business. So, but I've had enemies and made friends with them. Like Frank Cemeterio, for instance, stays in my ass, man, a foot right up it. But he's been around forever. Before we had PCs, we used to watch on YouTube through the TV. Black Dragon TV, yes, he said in a chat on another show that my daughter's not mine. He's a tough guy online because I'm in Florida, but I will be in New York on August 2nd for 2 weeks, so he can show up. Let's hope it doesn't come to that, gentlemen.
Have a peace.
Have a peace. Chatting with Stack, say you're sorry to the guy if you are. Hope you get the drama sorted out, Darren, but I agree. Talk it out. Yeah, everybody wants you to talk it out. Life's too damn short for the drama.
Yeah, Darren, we want you to talk it out.
Yeah, we want you to. Especially, we got a preacher now. We got our own. Got our own doctor. Yeah. So, Dragon Biker TV. Sorry I had to bring drama to your show. He did it a few times. There is no coming back from talking about my daughter. I have to agree. Talking about people's children is uncool. What's up, Lavish? He's still on the phone. Okay, we'll get back to him in a minute.
Lavish T. Williams.
Lavish T. Williams.
Look.
Okay, I think our last story for the morning. Police have made.
Yeah, my bag, man. I had a busy morning today.
We understand, but I had to say your name because there's a lot of people like, man, where's Lavish at? Where's Lavish at? I say he's coming. He coming.
Lavish right here, man. You know, busy morning, doctor's appointments, getting needles stuck in me and stuff like that. You know, one thing they do say, man, and you know, just for a lot of the men out there, man. I go to the doctor all the time, and they be surprised that I come in as regularly as I do. Like, it's a lot of men that don't go to the doctor, don't come in.
I do.
If you ain't going to the doctor, man, y'all need to go ahead and start going to the doctor, man. I'm at the doctor for everything, man. Everything.
Look, Lavish, my doctor told me, for real, my doctor said, Mr. Turner, you had more scans on you than a lot of my patients have ever had. He said, all I'm going to tell you, dude, watch your blood pressure, watch your sugar. You going to be okay. I said, but. I said, look, I'm paying this insurance. I'm coming. If my toe hurt, I'm going to be there.
Hey, man, you only got one body that God gave you, and if you don't take care of it, you can be in trouble. For me, it's backwards. I got sick, and now I'm trying to come back. But listen, you can get sick and you can come back. You can actually make yourself better. So.
Hey, Black Dragon. We had a comment. He got 5-4 phones just going off.
That's crazy.
Black Dragon. Remember when we talked about
that is, man, but that's
hello?
A little feminine, man.
Hello.
What'd you say? The ringtone is feminine?
Yeah.
That's not his phone. That's not a phone.
Feminine.
That sounds like Facebook.
No, this is my show phone, but it calls on this computer and you can't turn the damn thing off. I answered the phone, but it wouldn't turn off. So let me turn it off here on the computer.
Hey, Black Dragon, while you're doing, I would tell you, me and you talked before, and you was like, we was talking back behind the scenes, and I was telling you how I used to be. That dude, boy Reg. He was there all that time. He was the one that used to try to calm me down and everything before he got involved. He's one of the ones that said, I was so glad when my brother became a preacher.
He said he uses his whole name, Lavish, and his name is longer than yours. So there.
I mean, the length don't matter. I think people that use the whole name, we create a certain type of presence, man.
I think his name might be a little better than yours. Reginald Lamont Neal Sr. Well, that's strong. That's way stronger than Lavish T. Williams.
I mean, I'm not into a name
I
competition,
just
man.
So, hey, Lavish, don't you get Black Dragon pull you into that?
Hey, I'm just saying, man. I've never heard somebody. I've never heard no one say anything about a name comparison.
You gonna get baited. You getting baited, Lavish.
No, I'm not getting baited. I just never heard anyone stoop to the level of comparing somebody's a name comparison, man. Your name is what it is, man.
I stooped to that level. I did. As far down as low to that level as I could get.
I wanted to say this about the story you just did about the 10-year, if you want to call it an anniversary. I think anniversaries, I don't like using anniversary for things that went bad, but 10-year remembrance of that incident. When we were up here, we all the way up here in Dallas. Waco's about 2.5, maybe close to 3 hours from us, maybe. He said, I'm changing it as of today. Y'all got my boy gonna change his name on Facebook. Bro, Rich, don't you change your name. But anyway, I remember that, and I was still wearing my my independent patch, right? Lavish. They were telling me, hey, Logic, I wouldn't wear that. I said, man, my vest says Harley Davidson on. It got Harley Davidson owners group on the back. Why do I not want to wear my patch? They said, well, you gotta be careful. I said, it says Harley. I said, it's no club affiliation at that time. But it was pretty tight.
What I'm trying to do is bring on this guy here who wants to
See Ruger. What's going on, my brother?
Make a statement on the channel. Hold on 1 second. We're trying to get him on to the.
I'm about to walk into this. Hey, they got me wanting to start rehab, man.
Oh, you already? Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. He's young.
I told the doctor.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Go ahead, Lavish.
Go ahead, Lavish.
You told the doctor what?
I told the doctor, I said, listen here, doc. I got a very serious riding season coming up, approaching pretty soon, man. And I need to get back on this motorcycle. So we're going to have to figure some shit out, man.
I'm popping up in Detroit. Okay, when I pop up in Detroit, I don't want to hear no noise. I'm going to say, all right, Lavish, let's roll.
Yeah.
I mean, you're never going to hear no noise. I'm either going to tell you straight. I'm going to tell you what it is straight up, man. No chaser. And the doctor said, man, he said, hey, Lavish, when you need to be on your bike? I said no later than mid-June, man. All right, let's get you to rehab now, man, so you can be back on that thing riding. Now, I can't tell you that you're going to be able to race and do all that stuff, but I'll make sure that you be able to ground pound the highway, man. So,
but you don't ground pound no highway in the first place.
A little bit more than you, sir.
You don't ground pound no highway. What the hell have you been?
Lavish ride his bike, Black Dragon.
Oh, okay.
I'm walking into this rehab place, man. I'm gonna call you guys back.
All right, bro.
Okay,
who ride his bike?
He don't ride his bike. Don't take up for Lavish.
Yeah, that's my homeboy. You know I know Black Dragon.
All right, who do we have on the show right now?
This is Jeff, better known as Fetty, Phantom MC. What up, Lavish? What's up, Black Dragon?
What's up, Phantom MC, 1%er? What's up, baby? So you called in?
Up? Hey, man. Yeah, I was just saying that, I don't know, I was thinking of maybe a solution across the board when people have a difference of opinion. Maybe they should just put some boxing gloves on and whatever the situation is, just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? All this other extra activity, bringing alphabets into play, it's not cool. It's making it bad for all of us. Maybe they should just have a sit down and, put your guy in the ring, put my guy in the ring, and hey, after that, it's done with.
That depends on the generation, doesn't it? Because the newer generation don't know how to box.
Well, that's why them heads in them nations got to say, hey, okay, I'm gonna put my guy with you a lightweight, okay, we'll put our lightweight or heavyweight, whatever, and then hey, win, lose, or draw. Because all this other stuff is just going too far.
That's right. I agree.
Agree.
I mean, that way we ain't got to hear about nobody losing their child. We ain't got to hear about innocent people.
Right.
Behind all this, if I got a problem with somebody, it can't be resolved through conversation. Then, hey, come on, let's go over here. Let's put the boxing gloves on, whatever. Let's leave it alone.
Yeah,
but that's if you're a real man,
Yeah, well,
What you remember the what's the movie with Achilles? Remember that movie with Achilles in it? They're talking about Achilles, the great soldier. But anyway, the movie was like you had one big army on one side,
Yeah,
one
yeah,
big army on another side, and they said, "So we
yeah.
won't kill each other. Let's
I think
get your
what that
best
is.
fighter and my best fighter in the middle."
you mean Troy?
Troy, yeah, okay. I just
Yeah, Troy.
couldn't remember the movie name, man.
I'm just saying. Yeah, that was.
No.
But the whole thing of it is, I mean, you know, a lot of this stuff is, as we know, it should never get to the point it gets to. That's the point
Right.
I'm saying. So
Right.
all I'm saying is conversation, understanding, and respect go a long way. And if it got to come down to somebody got to put their hands on somebody, let's do it where everybody get to walk away and see another day without
Exactly.
getting all the alphabets and Johnny Law involved. That's all I'm saying.
There was an
We
interesting.
have a thing in the Navy called wall-to-wall counseling, you know, we used to do. So when an individual wouldn't act right, we would say, come on down here. And then after they get, you know, reached out and touched someone, then we went on back to like, you know, everything was good.
Mm-hmm.
That's what needs to happen, because all this other stuff, people got to go to funerals and crying and raising GoFundMes and all this stuff. It's getting out of hand.
There was an interesting
That's just my opinion.
post on 4 for the Road this morning that I happened to see. It said, make it make sense. Man, I got to keep it a buck with y'all. Why are men who would otherwise like one another senselessly killing one another over what patch they wear? I simply can't make sense of it. Try to stop.
Thank you.
Try to stop it often. So to try to stop it is often seen as weakness, not a strength. I don't think we're going to be able to change it. Hell, let's be honest, it's not just bikers. Men seem to be beyond being able to intelligently settle shit, or at least fist fight it out. Guns are all they seem capable of. There is rarely a gradual, sensible escalation of force. It's likely straight to the heavy hardware. No talking, no fighting. It's fist. If fist fighting does happen, it's quickly ended with gunshots. If the rare gunless ass whooping does happen, it often results in a back and forth escalation that almost always results in shooting. Men quickly lose their lives or freedom for what? Ego? Or a patch? Because someone else said this is the way? But let's be honest, to show up to a gunfight with fists is stupid. What are the options? What is the solution? Is there not a better way to handle business? I, as a member of the culture and community, saw no end. I saw no options. I left the culture and community I love to try to make sense of things, to sort it out. So let's go back to my first paragraph. Men who are most likely to share ideas and passions are killing each other because they wear different patches. The majority of these men fought in the same wars under the American flag. Here we are telling each other, you can't do what you love to do because of the patches you wear. I love adrenaline as much as the next deployment addicted veteran. I love a fight. I'm an adrenaline junkie who gets off on living dangerously, but as bikers, are we not of the same fabric? Why are we creating widows and orphans amongst our kind? Someone will point out ongoing peace talks or coalitions. Man, they rarely last, and they only involve some clubs, not all. It's a good effort and the right path, but I see it as a band-aid on an amputation. I can't make sense of the current state of our community. Maybe too many of our members want it to be this way. Maybe they like it like this or don't know any other way. Maybe I'm wrong. I think we could find other enemies and other wars to fight. Call me weak, call me a fool, call me what you will. I'm going to sit over here and mourn the loss of being part of something I love and try to figure shit out. Ride easy, ride free, stay dangerous. Just stop killing one another, says this brother named Dirt. And I guess this is a tombstone here that he's showing. So, yeah, I think you're right. There were 17 comments on this, and very interesting.
That was well said.
Oh yeah, Yeah, that was well put.
That was well written and well said. Because, like you said, we're more alike than we all different. We all know the same thing. I went to Baldwin, Michigan's 53rd bike festival. It was beautiful. It was all clubs, people with no clubs, all different races, no incidents. Beautiful.
So this one guy named Scott Seagrave said, it's sad I have brothers that I fought, bled, and cried in battle with. They are members of opposing clubs. Why the hell should we fight against each other now? Yeah, so a lot of these guys are veterans, and we all fought in these same wars, and now they're fighting against one another. Club life seems now like it's about who is bigger and badder, or who is the big dog on the block, no matter how you twist it. I know I'll catch flack for this.
Yep.
It's no different than street gangs. It's no different than street gangs anymore. I'm a grown free man that will wear what I want and hang with who I want. And I would never tell another grown free man that he can or cannot wear, nor where he can ride or can't ride. Don't like me. Don't be around me. I don't like you. Then I will avoid you as well. Save the drama for your mama. Don't get me wrong. I love the club life. I just want to hang with my brothers, hang out with my brothers and family and party and ride my machine like a free man. So a lot of these people are kind of tired of this. And I thought it was an interesting post. So anyway, hey, man, we appreciate you, Phantoms, man.
Yep.
Phantoms MC.
Thanks, Mike Dragon.
All right, man.
Good one.
Take
God
care.
bless.
Peace.
All right.
That was Phantoms MC, 1%er on, and it was good to have him call in. You guys can always call in at 404-692-0336.
You know, I just did. I was talking to people about, you know, when he was growing up, what you used to do. I used to be one of the guys. I used to sit on my roof over my porch, and I used to have my pellet gun. And my boy Reg can testify to this. I used to sit on my porch, and if I did not want you walking down my street, walking past my house, I give you a warning. If not, I'm shooting you, or I'm coming out there with my bat. And then as you get older and everything, and I'm like, I went home one time, and one of the younger guys, like my younger brother, my boy Red's younger brother, I was going to go to the corner store, and he came over to me. He said, "Yeah, OG man, you can't go up there no more." I said, "What you mean? What you mean?" He said, "Well, bro, you've been gone for decades. This ain't your block no more." Well, was it ever my block when I started thinking about it? Was this ever my street? That street was there before I was born, but I claimed it, and I told other people not to walk down my street if I did not like you.
I remember those pellet gun wars, and we had them when I was a kid. Our final story, no, it wasn't your street. Our final story, Police are investigating after a senior member of the Comancheros bikie gang suffered multiple gunshot wounds and was left for dead outside of Perth Hospital. The story was, however, police have made a chilling warning to anyone contemplating joining an outlaw motorcycle gang after a senior Comanchero biker member was left for dead. And it doesn't say what the warning was.
Was that the one we read last week?
Yeah, but it doesn't say here what the warning was. So when you click on it, it took you over to this story. And this is the story of the poor guy who they tried to burn his tattoos off.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they tried to remove his tattoos. They shot him and burned him. He was part of a high-level person in the Comancheros. I can't talk to the specifics, but we believe he was dropped off at the hospital and just left there, which is a rather callous way to deal with someone with life-threatening injuries. It was rather nice. They couldn't have dropped his ass off at all. They did drop him off and let him get attended to. Detective Sergeant Thompson believes the incident was a targeted attack, and police will monitor the notorious group closely in the upcoming days to find out who is responsible. But I'm just trying to get down to the ominous warning they gave. I think this is it. This is a targeted attack, and there is no ongoing risk to the public, he said. That's because they're fighting among themselves. We will be monitoring outlaw motorcycle gangs hard over the next few days to ensure the community is safe, the community at large. The man currently being seen in serious condition at the Royal Perth Hospital. He was a senior sergeant, or the senior sergeant confirmed that the bikie was very well known to the police and held a position of authority within the Comancheros Motorcycle Club. He concluded that the incident should serve. Here it is. Here's the chilling warning. He concluded that this incident should serve as a chilling reminder to anyone thinking of joining an outlaw motorcycle gang that you could, I guess, get your patches burned off of you if you sew them on or if you tattoo them on. He said he was a patch member and he was a senior member and he held a position of authority within the club. If you're thinking about joining an outlaw motorcycle gang, think again. This person now has been left with life-changing injuries solely because he was a member. That is not why he was left with life-changing injuries. It wasn't solely because he was a member of an outlaw motorcycle club or outlaw motorcycle gang. He was left with life-changing injuries because he broke some level of motorcycle club protocol according to that club's bylaws or whatever. They don't just attack you because you're in the club. You did something, or they thought you did something, or they figured that you did something wrong against their protocol. And I think in this case, if we read last week this whole story, didn't it have something to do with him leaving the club or something? I don't hear you anymore if you're talking.
Yes, it did. It had. He wanted it, according to the report, he wanted to leave the club, and so they did that to him. He wanted to get out. That's when we talked about, when you leave a club, all the stuff you got to turn back in. I guess those tattoos were some of the things you had to turn back in.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's time for us to get the heck up out of here, and that's our stories for the day. Anything from you, preacher?
Well, no, not really. It's going to be a good weekend when it comes up. I'll be back on Tuesday, but I want to.
You mean 5 days from now?
Well, for the weekend, whole weekend.
Yeah, that's forever from now.
It's storming right now. We had tornadoes come through here. I ain't getting on my bike in a tornado, dude.
Yeah, understood. Yeah, I've done those. That no more.
I tell people, I open up my garage sometimes. I have my camera. I said, unless I have to, and it was raining outside, I'm not pulling my bike out in that rain. I don't care what y'all can. You're not a biker, okay?
only if it's a run. What did Reginald Lamont Neal Sr. say about his leg or something?
Well, we used to have when we had the BB gun wars on our block. He got shot in the leg. He still has the BB in his leg.
Ouch.
Yeah, one of our friends, he had the rule. When you have the shotgun, you can the rifle, you can't pump it up 10 times. That's real powerful. But one of our friends named Dale, who is a weapon, this dude made weapons out of anything. He did, and he shot Reggie in his leg, and
that hurt. That hurts right now. We used to have those BB gun and pellet gun wars. I'm surprised we all got our eyes still. Motogato says protocol is not law and not just. Well, it is law in a motorcycle club. It is the law that you agree to follow. And it's just in the fact that you knew just what you were getting yourself into when you went there. So it's just in the biker club world. It's as just can be. So Biker News Canada says lots of names I don't recognize. Great to see you all the new people in chat. Much love to you all. Got to get in the win. We all got to go right now. We appreciate everybody. Please consider getting a membership. We have memberships for as low as $2.95 a month or something like that. So make sure to go to the channel, hit the join button, and get in a membership. We really appreciate that. Hey man, we are going to let you get out of here and do your thing.
Right, sir.
So let us give you your stage.
I remember this one kid.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy Logic. Thank you, Black Dragon, for having me on your show. Thank y'all for joining us. If you out there on Tuesday, remember this one thing: ride hard, ride safe, and always, always ride on faith and keep it logical. Peace.
Yeah, keep it logical. I need a sign. I don't have a sign yet. I'm gonna get me something, some kind of sign, something. Maybe this is for Black Dragon. I don't know. Well, hey. But I do have my own doctor. We appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And man, thank you for being on my show. God, thank you for being on our show. This has become our show now. So I love you, man. Thank you so much. God bless. Oops, sorry. What?
No, I just said blessings on you.
Blessings on you. And I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. We're on our way out of here. Thank you so much. Love you, Biker News Canada. Appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Love you, Kitty. Thank you for being with me so long. And you guys, make sure to take your time. Treat everybody individually like solid pieces of gold and get skinny. Whoa, I hit that button. Where's the Motorcycle Club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible. What a delay. What the hell? Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospects Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
If you are seeking clarity about issues stemming from problems or crises occurring within your motorcycle club, then set up a consultation with Black Dragon. Black Dragon has over 30 years of experience in the motorcycle club world, having served as a national president of the 50-year-old Black Sabbath MC Nation for nearly 10 years. Black Dragon is a veteran negotiator, skilled in crisis management, conflict resolution, inter-club issues, press conferences, and club reputation management. You can set up an appointment to speak with him by phone at clarity.fm/black-dragon. Get the clarity you deserve to help make your MC the best place it can possibly be.
It's definitely a big issue for you too. But I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute. What's up, Mama Ro? I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute and what our responsibilities are and what we need to think about. Because if you don't really know what's going on the set, you can find yourself in kind of a precarious predicament if you make the wrong kind of moves or do the wrong kind of things when this kind of stuff goes. So, when you see us get into a war with one another, what should 99%ers do? Here's 10 things you should know. Thing number 1, stay in your lane. Find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. If you're a president, you want to find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. What I mean is, the set can be volatile. It can be very dangerous. And when you have that kind of thing going on, this set's not safe. So, as a 99%er motorcycle club, what you want to find is yourself in your business, in your lane, while all of the fancy stuff gets handled on other levels.
Yeah, you heard that, didn't you? On other levels. Tried to tell you suckers, Black Dragon is the man. The Black Dragon is the man. A real OG. Bonafide, certified, a true MC. The biker boys. The biker boys. It's in the house, most definitely. Blow the whistle for Black Dragon, Biker TV. said Market TV. See, one day, young Dragon made his way out the Navy to become a prospect. Some people thought he was crazy, but 5 years later, hard work became a habit. He became the president of the mighty Black Savage Nation. MCs, y'all, respectfully. Black Dragon, Black Savage, MC. That's right, y'all. Give it a thumbs up. Black Dragon Market TV at its best. Oh yeah, and don't forget to get his prospect Bible book. So proud of him. Man, he just don't know. He's a real legend. And y'all know it, and I know it. That's right, Black Dragon. That's right. Glad I met you, my friend. Black Dragon, I'm the Midnight Ghost Rider. Dub V, y'all. Love you, Black Dragon. Peace. And get skinny. Like and share. Goodbye.